everyone. Welcome to the show. Well, today's guest was born and raised in Hope, BC. Unfortunately, while this at the time of this airing, this taping, there's forest fires there, and that community is affected, and so is Chilliwack. So is the areas close by. Hopefully, everything will be okay. Anyway, moving on to my guest. She lived in Vernon and then moved back to Hope. And now here's something really nice. She married a fellow that she first met in kindergarten, and they've celebrated their 45th anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen, Holly Smith. Welcome to the show, Holly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
For sure. Oh, there's so many interesting things, but I just wanted to give it just sort of the audience a little bit about what you do. So, or what you've been into. Now, you were an elementary school teacher for almost 35 years, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And let's say a music teacher.
Yeah.
What instruments did you teach?
Ukulele, recorder. That's about it. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. Then it says, oh, you lived in a small hay farm in Vernon.
We did. We had a 7-acre farm in the Coldstream. So it was quite lovely. It was old when we got it and quite run down, but my husband did lots of work, and yeah, it was good. Got horses, which I'd never expected to ever own, but we did.
And you learned to ride a horse in your late 40s, right?
Yes. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Isn't it fun to learn things later on in life?
I know. And you never know what is going to come your way. Like, that was never on my agenda, but yeah.
I think it's marvelous. Now, with that comes into, wait a minute now. Where were we? You're painting. You're an artist.
Well, I try to be now. That was nothing I ever expected to do either. Discovered painting when I retired from teaching because I needed something to do.
Right.
Teaching takes up a lot of your time.
Yes.
But so all of a sudden you've got this huge swath of time, and I should have paid attention, because I know when my kids painted at school, I always wanted to be in their painting. I didn't want to be going around supervising and, doing all that stuff. I just wanted the paint and the brushes.
Oops, excuse me. I forgot to turn the sound off of my cell phone. Sorry about that.
Okay.
It was just reminding me of my interview with you.
Oh, okay. We didn't forget. That's a good thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so now when did you start painting?
2008. Yeah.
And
I was a potter before that. I loved pottery. Yeah. But then there were these week-long courses that were offered in Vernon, paint your garden, which you went out to a different garden every day with a watercolor painter.
Right.
She was fantastic. I loved it, but they were just tiny little watercolor drawings. And then I think in 2008, I'd done that course once before that, 1 week in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2008, she didn't offer that. It was landscapes, paint landscapes with a watercolor.
Right.
Thought, and it was just, yeah. I thought, how do you ever do a landscape in watercolor? Something huge.
Right.
But we got through the week and then decided that I wanted to have thicker paint. And there was an acrylic course offered at the Vernon Art Center, 2-week long course for beginners. So I trucked in there with my $3.49, box of acrylic paints, the little tiny tubes, and my little tiny canvases. And the lady going in the door at the same time as me had a probably a 4 by 5 foot canvas and a box on a trolley of paints with tubes of paint. We were going to the same course. So it was quite interesting. I mean, the lady who taught it was fabulous. We all got what we needed. And
right. That's so interesting, right? Now you've had 2 solo shows in Hope, right?
Yeah, this is my 3rd one coming up in October 1st. It opens. It's called Trees, Glorious Trees.
Okay.
So it's all trees. And I'm going in it with another lady. I haven't really met her yet, but I've seen her work. Lori Jones Canta, and she's a carver. So she's going to be having at least 4 or 5 of her carvings
Right.
there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's fun. And I know you were part of the Hope Art Crawl that,
Yes,
that
yeah.
was in the summer, right?
Yeah.
And
That was really great.
I think it was awesome. I got to
It
go.
was.
Yes.
It was.
It was a great turnout there.
Oh, it was. We had over 100 people each day here, and the weather was fabulous. And it was just really fun meeting all the local community, and I did it with 2 other friends, which was really nice. And I think that we got more people because of that. There was 3 that we had pottery, plants, and then paintings here. So it was great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think it helped. Like when I was going to see it, helped when there was more than one artist to see.
It makes it worthwhile stopping.
Yes, absolutely. Because I thought it was going to be a walk around, but some of the locations you had to drive.
Yeah,
Especially because it was a hot day. So
yeah.
But it was really, really interesting to see that. You were or are part of a 5-woman group that did portraits for a show called Ubuntu.
Yeah, I was. Those were friends from Vernon, 5 ladies. We were all teachers, I think, retired teachers. And one of my best friends, Mary Stevens, she loves to draw people painting portraits. So she's the one, and she's been to Africa several times. And she was the one who suggested that we try and do a portrait show, get together and do that. And so that was brand new for the 4 of us, the other 4. We hadn't done much of that, but it was really fun. And we had a great time. We did 4 shows, I think: Peachland, Summerland, Armstrong, and Vernon.
Very nice. I think that's excellent. Now you enjoy like I think you enjoy more the acrylics than the
Well, I
water.
do more of that. I don't know if I enjoy it more, but I definitely do more of the acrylics because I can paint larger.
Yes.
Watercolors, I'm still looking at a 8 by 11 sheet of paper, and that's daunting enough. Like to get bigger than that would be a real challenge for me, but I'm going to tackle that in the next while when my show is over. I'm not planning any other shows for the next year, and I just want to have time to play and experiment. So maybe I'll get bigger in watercolor. Who knows?
I talk to a lot of artists, and they love to experiment, which is really fun to see what they come up with. Right at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you don't use oil.
No, I don't. I've tried it once or twice, but I'm very impatient. I work quite fast, and oil, I don't think it's the medium for me. It don't work fast. Just a second. I just think my mother-in-law just arrived. Just 2 seconds.
We'll invite her on the show.
Yeah, she's coming in.
It's going to be in this because I don't edit anything out, so it's going to be part of it. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I love stuff like this. Hey, this is life, and this is what happens when you're doing an interview from your home.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
I had to unplug my landline. I'm in a condo, so I had to unplug my intercom.
Just a second.
Well, tell her to get on the show and say hello.
We're seeming to find a new place for me. I'll try out here, and so hopefully the internet works. All right.
Oh, this is
okay.
All right.
We're settled.
You're on a nice spot. Are you outside now?
I am now in the smoke. Oh,
yeah. How is the air quality today?
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. But the fires aren't coming. We actually packed last night, thinking that we might have to leave in a sudden, in a hurry.
Yes.
Because the wind came up, and it's not far from home, maybe 10 kilometers.
Right.
But so far so good, and we didn't have to leave. So I think, and it seems to be going the other direction now. So I think we'll be fine.
Okay, great. Wish we'd get some rain, but it's just not happening.
Oh, I know.
It's tough, and as we get these hotter summers, these dry summers, I mean, it's just
it's been 7 weeks, I think, at least without rain here. So
it's just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it?
I know.
It's very unfortunate. You're a member, getting back to you, a member of the Federation of Canadian Artists, the Okanagan Artists Association, and the Hope Arts Gallery. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So how does somebody become a member of any of those?
Well, the Canadian Federation, you can be a member
Oh, you can.
And that's, pardon me?
Oh, you just frozen for a minute, but it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. And that's a certain amount of money. Then if you want to actually show your work, you have to be juried in as an artist. And so when I was in Vernon, we have a number of signature members in Vernon, and they are allowed to decide whether your work is up to standard, that you could actually be part of the group that shows work. And so you take in 5 to 10 paintings, and they have a look at them, and then they decide. And so that's what we did. And then and because there's not a chapter here in Hope or Chilliwack, I don't think, I've stayed a member of the Vernon chapter, the North Okanagan chapter.
Very nice. I see you have a guest on your lap.
Oh, I know. If you're on the back balcony, you have the orange cat for sure.
That's all part of it. So it's kind of fun though. Like for me, I these are all part, you know, as I said, all part of life. Stuff happens, you know, right? Like I put a sign on my door, interview in progress, please don't disturb, otherwise somebody might knock, you know, so I have to be careful. But I've had times where before I didn't unplug my intercom, you know, you sit here and the intercom goes off and you have to answer it because they'll ring again, right?
Right, exactly.
So let's just sort of review. So what do you have coming up? You said October 1st?
October 1st to October 28th, and the Backroom Gallery at the Hope Art Center, which is on 4th Street in Hope, just behind the Blue Moose Cafe, if anybody knows where that is.
Yes.
And we've got a sweet gallery. It's just improved so much, I think, since we've been here in Hope. They've painted it and redone bathrooms and kitchens, and we have a fabulous curator who just makes sure everything is tickety-boo. She has a show on right now, Jenny Wolpert, with Michelle Franklin, and we have a new show every month in the back room. And I sort of look after finding people for those shows. So I've got my own show coming up in October with Lori. Yeah.
Now you do a lot of different styles of painting, right? Well, I shouldn't say style, but you do landscape. You do what all do you do?
Well, mostly landscape right now because I've been doing trees. Well, I did the portraits or tried those, and I will definitely do those again because they're fascinating. I'm interested in clouds now, and rocks, flowers. I know I've done a few animal pictures. I did some commissions of animals, but that's tricky. Yeah. So I just think I want to have fun now. I don't think I've been way too product oriented.
Okay.
You know, and that's probably part of my DNA. You get things done, you produce and blah. But I think I just want time to experiment more.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you like one of these multitasking type of artists?
I'm not sure if you'd say multitasking. I'm pretty focused. I try and make time for my art. Yeah. I don't sit for weeks and not do art for sure. Like it's a weekly, daily occurrence, and if I'm not doing it, then I'm watching something or listening to something. I didn't even have a clue you could do that until last year. So it's an eye-opener. And about today, I've signed up for 2 online courses. They're free for this week. One on radiant landscapes and one on breadcrumbs, following the breadcrumbs.
What is that about?
Well, it's Nicholas Wilton, and he's an amazing guy, and so it's a thing to get you focused back in on the joy of making art, and finding your own voice, which is what I'm still trying to find. But people say, "Oh, I think that's got to be yours." So I think I'm finding a style that people maybe recognize, which is all you can hope for.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy talking to artists because you're all so different, and I've used to volunteer at the art gallery here, O'Connor Art Gallery in Chilliwack here, and every artist is so different.
Oh, I know.
Just fascinating. Like some people have like 3D effect, and some people put I don't know how to explain it with like actual products or items.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
and it just creates something holy. Wow, it's just so much fun. I love it all. That's why it's so interesting speaking to artists. I just think it's just totally fascinating, what comes out of here.
Well, you have 5 people will be painting the same thing, and not one of the pictures will look alike. It's
know.
it's mind-boggling, if it is just that's just
Yeah.
the way it is.
I've gone to those paint nights and
Yeah.
participated in that, and yeah, that's what got me started, by the way, on painting.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
the paint nights, but you walk around and there might be 30 people in the room, right? And every single one is different. And some of them look exactly like what the artist is showing us, and others are way off.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful.
How the mind works. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's been really fun. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me. And
Okay.
just stay on camera, okay, while
Okay.
I talk to the audience. So you'll be listening to Holly Smith. She lives in Hope, and if you want to go to Hope and check out the art there, Hope is a wonderful. Well, you can't go right now, like at least today. This is what's the date today? The 12th.
Today is the
November
12th.
12th.
Yeah.
You can't go
Yeah.
yet, but once this smoke clears and everything's fine, it's like Hope is a beautiful place for art. There's wood carvings. It's a really nice tourist spot, so you get to see a lot of different works. And and it's not that far for anybody, if you're coming whatever
True.
direction you're coming in. So
True.
it's a good stopway point,
Yeah.
I think, right? Anyway, thank you everybody for watching the show. I hope you continue to do so, and I hope you subscribe. That's always nice. And take care, everybody. Be nice and peace out.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you, Holly.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.